Hello and welcome to Rauta. This is Nordic Metal Cruise 2024. I'm Jerry, and this time I have sir, who the hell are you?
I'm Victor.
Victor?
From Brymir.
Brymir?
Yes.
Victor? Victor, yes.
Hello.
Very nice.
Hello.
Sir, you came here as a replacement band, but that's not a bad thing. But now let's not start with negativity and all that shit, but more like, what are you gonna do here on the cruise? What kind of show are you gonna play? By this time, obviously, when the video comes out, it's already late news and all, but
Okay,
still.
so the plan is to get shit-faced kind of today, have fun, and repeat tomorrow. And we hope to...
I'm making notes.
Yes. And we're here to have fun. People are here to have fun. So we're gonna share our fun with their fun.
So
and
lots of fun.
We're gonna have lots of fun together.
All right, let's start with the very, very basic questions. What is Brymir all about? What is the genre? What is the style you prefer to be called? And most importantly, why?
So, we used to be like, when we were kids, we started the band, we used to be like a folk metal band in this category. We still have some influences from that sphere, but I guess the closest term is like melodic death metal. But we like to go fast, we like to go hard, and we like to have fun. So most of the songs the lyrics are actually about something pretty serious, like some bullshit from my life or some, subject we want to discuss. And the songs might sound pretty serious, like, melancholic and sad and stuff, and they are. But it doesn't, when we play live, we're to blast, we're here to fun, So we're
making fun out of that sadness.
Yes. Like at home, you can be like this. My heart. But then when you go to shows, like we have to have fun.
So
and this is the thing that often happens. Like you have bands that maybe in our category, and they take themselves too seriously on stage, and it actually takes away from the music. So when you listen to us at home, you can dive into your own traumas and my traumas or whatever you find there. But when you come to our shows, we're gonna get fucked, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna play like 60 minutes of blast beats, and then we're gonna be like. So this is what the people here at Nordic Metal Cruise, they don't know yet, because there's a lot of people here who like thrash metal, who have maybe heard of Brymir like 10 years ago when we used to play like folk metal, and now they're like really pissed because we're the replacement for Toxic Holocaust with this great thrash metal band, but they don't know what's coming. So they're gonna get fucked today, they're gonna have a hangover tomorrow, and they're gonna be, oh, this Brymir band is gonna come, and we're gonna and they're gonna be like, cool.
So
that's the plan.
So you were gonna win over some new audience, and you're gonna make them like happy motherfuckers.
Yes.
lots of middle fingers.
Yes.
Talking about the presence of like having fun there and sadness there, do you think this is like the backside and front side of the band, or how you perceive it?
Yeah, I think this is something that defines many of us, like as heavy metal artists or as listeners, that when we're by ourselves and the way how we interact with this genre of music is kind of serious. It's really close to our heart, and we really feel it, we really stand behind it. But then when you go to a festival, you go to a show, you're there to feel it, and have fun. So there's different settings to experience the music, and we like to honestly tap into all the extremes. When we go to the studio, when I'm at my place, I'm writing some demos in my house. It might be really serious. You go to the studio, you have fun with the guys. In between, they're mixing and you're crying yourself, you're remembering, oh, my ex-girlfriend, oh. And then when you go to shows, like, just have fun, and you just let whatever happens.
Yeah, I guess you really can't be, like, going over about your ex-girlfriend a few years ago when you're doing a show. Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
And I go,
but sometimes I do. Sometimes it comes from emotions, but whatever happens.
Yeah.
And just to open all the floodgates.
Do you ever feel like a little bit schizophrenic when you're coming from one extreme of emotions to another one?
All the time.
But you're like happy with it, cool with it?
I guess I don't have a choice.
Why not?
Because this is the life I live.
I mean, couldn't you just like go very deep? I mean, there are plenty of bands, I don't know, maybe Catatonia and the like, which are like always like, okay, life is full of gloomy shit and it's all bleak.
Well,
and,
true. Well, I like to listen to it at home. But when I go to the shows and they bring the same thing, I'm like, I watch 2 songs and I go to get the beer and find some interesting people to talk with. Because
I mean, I'm on the same page. I really am. I mean, I can like very, very dark and depressive music when it's all about the bleak sides of life and all that stuff. But if that's happening live, it just bores me.
Yeah. And also like you're there live, you're witnessing the same stuff that you listen at home with these kind of themes. But you're there together, and you all kind of know, like we're all here because we feel the same. But now we're here together, so let's have fun.
Yeah, you really can't be sad among their friends. Like, hey, let's go have some beers. No, I need to be sad. I need to be left alone, and all. So it doesn't really work.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm getting into your mind now.
Yeah.
So I guess the big question is: are you more a happy person who plays live and all, or are you the sad person who just plays the happy role when you're getting around? Which one are you more?
I'm both. Honestly, I'm both. When I create the songs, I delve deep and I really go through bad stuff. I have a process when I kind of have to dig my own 6 feet grave and then dig myself out of it to be able to create a record. But when I play it live, I've already been through that stuff, so then I can be less like.
If I would ask the same question from your bandmates, would they give the same answer?
Probably.
Would you like, get the shit out of there and get up the grave? And
ask him, I don't know. I think he would agree.
Okay. What makes you tick? What is the reason that you want to make this kind of music when you have these 2 different ends, 2 different sets of emotions to deal with?
I was 11 years old when I asked my dad. I was playing drums a little bit. I asked my dad, "Is there anything faster than Metallica's One?" You know,
classic song.
Darkness, imprisoning. Yeah. And he said, I don't know, dude. So he brought me to Spinefarm Records store, like in Finnish Kivi Alkaliike. Like they still had like actually stores selling CDs. And they gave me some black metal. And I was hooked since 11. And then shit goes down, then the aesthetic is established. Like I like speed, I like danger. And then life happens, and then you get all these experiences, and you can relate with all these like kind of emotions that is present throughout this spectrum of music, and then it all just comes together to like make a fucking
like a mess.
Yeah, and here's me. So I'm bored from this process, like serious music kinda, and going to gigs partying. I was 11 when I went to Tuska first time.
Oh wow, that's pretty early
first
on.
time first thing I see is Rotten Sound, Kiiseli Keijo with blood in his face, and Kai Hauta playing blast beats. And also just going through like when you go to Tuska Festival, the website, you can do the history, what bands played. Then you realize what kind of bands. I'm born the year 90. So I was like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 when I went to Tuska in Kaisaniemen Puisto in the center of Helsinki. And it was a relatively small festival. And you look at the lineup now, you had like Immortal, Emperor, Carcass, like this like Morbid Angel, like these insane bands, you know.
But nowadays it's even more away from the extreme metal.
Yeah, now it's like super commercial, but then you had actually like all the most crazy names. Like this is the Forged in my identity was made in this. In this, you know, and now you look back like, oh, no wonder I'm fucked in the head, you know, being exposed to this shit at 12, 13, you know.
Yeah, normal kids would be doing like something different, and you were like fucked.
So I'm a pretty dark person, like in my house I'm like writing this music, but then I go out to meet people like you or whatever, you know, I'm just having fun, getting fucked.
Nothing wrong with that, mind you. A lot of people, I guess, know me for the same similar reasons. Like, it's all getting goofy when we're talking about music here and there, and then you get your own dark place, and it's like a fucked up cube that nobody gets to see. It's like all black and all that stuff. I don't know about you, but I deal, I guess, the rather similar ways. Like, there's certain private places and there's certain public places, and sometimes you don't understand the difference, and things get really messy. How often do you have to explain like your music or your lyrics or your differences in private versus public life? Like, this is the way to be an artist. This is a way to be a songwriter, lyricist, and all that stuff. Or do people like automatically like, I know what you mean. I know what you're going through in your heart.
Like
and
in every record, like well, I can't say in every record because I'm still pretty young. I haven't made too many, but the last 2 records Brymir has released, I've been behind most of the lyrics and the songs. And there's some songs where you can really like point out like this is about this is about that. But I get a lot of kicks out of doing something which looks like something, but nobody actually knows what it's about. So
like they're misinterpreting them.
Yeah, they're like interpreting it right, but they don't know like the actual reason.
Yeah, they don't know
like,
the reasons. They don't know the context.
Like, and nobody needs to know, because like you read the lyrics more. Like read like the lyrics for our previous album, the song called "Hails from the Edge." Read it a million times, and if somebody comes up with what it's actually about, I will send you a shirt. But shh, don't tell anybody. But sometimes, on stage also there's a few songs like songs about my friend's suicide, and I have friends about. I say like honestly, like okay, this song is about having sex, but in a way that makes another person sad because I did it, and I own it. It's my fault. I did it, and I'm fucking sorry. So
you kind of screwed up, made it into lyrics and made it into art, and then you get to entertain people about it.
Yes, but I make a fool out of myself. This is one thing also which is critical about Brymir. In our shows, we never try to be anything more than we are.
So you're not pretentious?
No, not at all. This was the pivoting point when I as a musician and also maybe like Brymir as a whole realized that we are us. We are we as persons. We are just what we are, nothing more, nothing less, and it's unnecessary to pretend anything else. So we go on stage and we want to set ourselves on the same level as the crowd. So I make a lot of fun of myself, I make fun of the crowd, and we make fun of each other.
So are you in a sense like a stand-up comedian in a metal band?
Apparently.
Now, there are lots of bands, especially coming from the more darker aspects of extreme metal, who are often very, very pretentious, like playing a really, really hard to grasp role, kind of even to the level of mysticism and all that stuff, which sometimes tends to go over the board, as in order to even like capture the artist and like making the role rather than being honest, being the real deal and hiding their real agenda. How do you see these people as opposed to your more self-conscious, honest ways?
That's a very, very relevant question, because this is one of the things that's been putting me off, like when I'm becoming a bit older. When I was younger, like as I said, like I've been like listening to extreme metal since I was 11, going to shows since 11. And at that age, you buy anything. You're like,
it's just good music and all.
And then when you get a bit older, you like see through. Okay, these two guys are like pretending, but you have to have certain amount of merit to be able to kind of actually be the guy who is quiet and doesn't talk, and everybody's just like like for example, like I'm not a huge fan of the music myself, but like him or Ville Valo, like this guy, he has the merits, he has or like okay, rest in peace, but like Peter Steele from Type of Negative, like people like they have an aura of seriousness, like
definitely, that's a really good example.
And they can do it. But if you're like like Olli Petteri from somewhere, playing in like this next song is called like My Own Suicide, and you're like, well, like fuck off, dude, like I want some beers,
I think I know what you mean, because it seems like these people are like taken by the roles. They're almost like performing what they're supposed to be as what they're really feeling and all. And when you look at that, like come on, that's bullshit. I'd rather go for a beer.
That's what I used to do, like when I was a bit younger. But then I realized, like, okay, I don't want to fake anything. This is me, because like I'm a natural stand-up comedian. My friends know it. Like the way I'm behaving in after parties, in backstage. This is me, and once I realized that this is me, and I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm just me on stage, my own stupid me. You can even watch the statistics. The streams go up, the merchandise sales skyrocketing to the moon. So yeah, honesty pays off. We're just us. And but we were also us on record. And on record we were much more serious, but on live you can see that we are just as silly and normal, retarded heavy metal people as everybody else.
Now let's take a song example or two. Like now people are like wondering, okay, what the fuck is this guy all about? What the band is all about? If you could name a song or two to give you a typical idea of what Brymir is on albums and all, what would be a good case example? Like this is what you should start with.
Okay, well, our newest album, Wings of Fire. No, sorry. No, that was our previous. Voice in the Sky, yes. That's our newest record.
Echo.
It gives a quite good representation because you can see the palette of music is really wide, of influences. There is like I guess you can take the three first songs of our newest album or our second newest album, and from that you can make like a median of what it is. So we have more sensitive things. We have a power metal side, like a melancholic doom metal side, and then we have like an extreme side. And I don't know, listen to Voice in the Sky, the record. First song, second song, you're gonna get it. First song is really serious. The lyrics is about Voices in the Sky is the name of the album. The name of the song refers to the heavy metal legends, you know, the coolest guys on earth, you know, for me. And just before I wrote this song, we opened for Children of Bodom during the last tour before Alex Laiho died. And rest his soul. And for me this was a crazy moment because, you know, I always looked up to it so much. And then COVID hit, and we just had like a, you know, our trajectory was going up. We got to play with one of our biggest influences ever, and then he passed. And then COVID came, and I was like just feeling like, okay, time is ticking, and it's all running through, you know, our fingers like sand. And just like the song is just about like let me back on stage, let me tour, let me back to tour with my idols, and just let me get fucked up, just give me beers, just like put me on the bus with these guys. And this whole the song is just about like I just want to tour with this. I just want to do this what we did. And the COVID was like it was so brutal, like a guillotine, like chopping off the whole uptrend, you know, and stopping everything. And it was just like 1 year, you know, just like my most recent memory of what I do is opening for Children of Bodom.
Wow.
And then it's all, and then just like the songs just let me back.
Now, talking about your musical influence, especially the recent ones, I mean, of course, when we're talking about bands progressing, going forward, what kind of bands, what kind of artists are you mostly influenced by? Because, I mean, there are lots of bands who are like, oh, I'm inspired by a lot of things, but let's do some honest name dropping. You have certain favorite artists which probably like, hey, this is something that I really like, so let's give them a little bit of tribute.
Yeah, my identity was and my musical identity especially was forged in the early 2000s, and there's like artists like Dimmu Borgir, like Brutal Euphoric Mythotropia album, and Immortal, Sounds of Northern Darkness. These are really defining for me. Dark Funeral, anything from Diabolis Interium, older. But then you have so much other stuff also, like you have the whole folk metal thing, which was a defining thing for us, like Ensiferum, Pintroll, Moonsorrow, Winter Sun, of course. These like defined us when we were younger, but there was also like a kind of a disconnect, like we used to listen to this and we were really involved with this stuff. And then some stuff happened. I was also like, I was making electronic music and I got really into this underground like rave thing. And it took me away for almost 10 years from this scene. And then coming back from that and seeing what's still relevant, what's still in it for me. The same old influences are still there. But then some recent bands that I've discovered, which the albums are pretty old, but like Decapitated.
Oh yeah?
It's one band that it's just like hit me like a train. And this is what's so beautiful about this spring playing shows, that we're having a show in Oulu, Kempele. And before us is playing Kalma, which is one of my favorite bands growing up. Then it's Brymir, our band, and then it's Decapitated. So Brymir is gonna be a burger between two of my like old influences and my new influences, just like
nicely stashed.
So yeah, this like when I saw the lineup, I was just, I heard
ready to die.
I heard we're gonna be on the same page. I was like please, and then it exactly like Kalma, Brymir, Decapitated, burger. Done. Okay,
regarding your burger bands, if you get to choose something, let's assume you're the steak in the middle, what would be a dream band to be the warm-up band for? Let's assume there is some bottom burger place and then you're in the middle and then there's the top one you want to see the most. What would be your dream come true band?
You just said the bottom burger. We already did the bottom burger.
But what would be the band that you would like to warm up for if you got to choose of any bands? Present or in the past?
Like
you can
basically like if we didn't have done it already, I would say Fintroll, because I'm a Swedish-speaking Finn, which is especially as a teenager, it was a hard position to be in. From the year I was born, I liked heavy metal, I liked skateboarding, stuff like this, and I was like a reject. Nobody wanted me to in this stuff, and Fintroll gave me hope because it's like, and I like Warhammer, I like nerdy shit.
Oh yeah, you mean like Warhammer Fantasy or 40k?
Both, but 40k mostly nowadays. But then it was more fantasy.
Okay, fantasy. What was your army?
Then I did dwarves. Then
dwarves. Why dwarves?
I don't know.
Big stamina, toughness.
It just stand up. Yeah. But now I'm more like 40k. I'm like Chaos Space Marines all the way.
Chaos Space Marines.
All the way.
You're like anti-authoritarian in that sense. Like fuck Emperor and like let's take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get back away from the nerdy shit. I could talk about it for years. But,
good.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna get back to it. Yeah. So what was the question?
I guess we got kind of about the bands you could warm up for.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Yeah, we did Fintroll like this was one of the nice experience of my life. 39 shows consecutive.
Wow.
No days in between with your childhood idols. And especially the genre and the because they did it in Finnish Swedish.
Okay. Yeah.
And really good lyrics like. That's like one of the defining things for me. We did that. We did bottom. What's next? Well, from I don't know. I guess like from the old.
That was a nice cue.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just thinking about like here's the guy is like giving me a link. But we did it last time we were playing.
Regards to Patrick here.
4 years ago. 4 years ago in this festival on this cruise ship.
Yeah, I remember. I interviewed them actually back in the days.
Yeah. We opened for them there, so been there, done that.
Now we're getting more notes, but
like.
So are you done for? I mean, what else there is to conquer? Morbid Angel?
Morbid Angel is
Morbid from Sweden.
No, Morbid Angel is one of my favorites bands ever. But it's not so much in our genre. Like, what is it like? It would be so cool to spend like a long period with Ensiferum.
Yeah.
Of course, Winter Sun would be really nice to do a long tour with, to get to know them even better.
Now I have to, intervene. What is your favorite Morbid Angel album?
Bless of the Sick.
Why so? That's an unusual.
Because it was the first that I heard.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it was the first one I bought. It was like Bless of the Sick, Authors of Madness, Domination and Covenant.
Okay.
The order I found them.
Yeah.
But Bless of the Sick still, and there's something about it which is weird. About the album.
It's kind of a weird album.
Really weird.
In a way, I love it, but I mean, it's kind of a weird after Elders of Madness, which is so old school with trashy vibes, and then suddenly occult death metal, like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird. And then you have Covenant, which like Out of Madness and Covenant, they would have like made sense consecutively, but like it's like, but also like Domination, like what the fuck? It's like it's weird.
Always progressive.
And then you get even weirder. Then you get formulas, and then you get like it's
I know.
More weird.
That's why it's one of the best bands ever.
Yeah.
Okay, but talking about the bands and now warm-up bands, and like I mean, is there anything for you to conquer in the terms of like we have already done with our idols and all that stuff? Let's assume this way. What are the places you would like to play live at most? Like, never been to place X, but I would love to most and ever.
Yeah, like we've done several tours. Of course, like doing a US tour would be really cool to see that. But one thing that we've missed out on, we've only been to a few, is like Well, of course, like 70,000 tons of metal would be super nice.
Yeah, I guess that would be a blast. Yeah.
And then just the European festival scene, like we played Summer Breeze, we played some festivals, but then to actually get into this rotation, to actually be like do all the Wacken and Hellfest and all this stuff, I think for me maybe that's the main thing, you know, to be able to access this market. I don't know what to call it. Industry. But yeah, to get into the rotation, to be all the festivals in Europe, you know, playing all the cool festivals, because that's also it's such a hot spot to meet people. I had a conversation with a friend of mine about like summer festivals in general. Like, what's the thing? Like how because like this guy is an artist, like he's pretty known, and he loves to play the show, and he loves to go to the festival area, to the site, to interact with people. But for me, it's often like when you go to any festival, I'm consider myself lucky to have built a network. You know, I know friends from this band and there, and then you're stuck backstage because you just wanna like it's your one chance per summer to hang out with
these friends who are touring all the time.
These guys, and maybe just playing enough festivals all the time, you just get enough of this interaction to then be like, okay, I'll see these guys next week. So
you wouldn't have to lean on Facebook in order to keep the communication going on. Would you actually like shake hands and how are you doing? We saw like
and then you know, okay, we'll see each other next week. So whatever, I'll just go there and watch the shows because I've been at so many festivals. Like I have to really choose. Like, do I want to have beers with this dear friend of mine here, or go there and watch this band that I really want to see?
Yeah, it's always like the choosing game.
Like, can we meet in 1 hour? And they're like, no, our bus is going in 1 hour. Well, this band is like, so like, yeah, get rid of that stuff. More shows, more festivals, because festivals.
More Chaos Marines also.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're going to let you go, guys. I mean, we could talk probably for hours, but nobody would have the time for that.
We can talk for hours, but off camera.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'll know all the dirty secrets. Like
now that you mentioned some of the songs that you should start with, let's say what they really should start with. One song from one album to start with your Brymir fandom, so to say.
Let's do my favorite right now, and it's Forged in War.
Why that?
Because there is speed, there's danger, and there is a really epic chorus. It's like it puts all the elements that is Brymir into one thing, except the most sensitive ones. But the ones that right now represent the direction I want to go. So, speed and danger.
I think that's a very good ending words here. One last question. Words to the wise. If you could now give some words to your younger version or someone out there, maybe 15 years ones who's like picking the guitar and like, I want to be like these guys. I want to tour the world. I want to rock the fucking places. I want to get all the girls and booze and all the whatever. These guys need to help me out. Give me one hint, one tip, one advice. What would it be?
I know exactly what to say, and we talked about earlier. Don't be pretentious. Be yourself. Just be you. Do you. And if that's not enough, you need to work on yourself, not on your music.
Those are very good words because you really can't be anything but you. So stop fooling around, focus on the real shit, be you.
If you're as stupid as me and you can get to this point, you can be anything.
And if you're as stupid as me, you're gonna end up talking with me here on the camera. Anyway, off you go. Thank you, Victor. We will have some off the camera talk. And now, people, off you go. Check out Brymir live if you can. We surely will. And like he said, check out the songs he mentioned. Do your homework, and I hope you will like it. Now, off you go. This is Nordic Metal Cruise 2024. I'm Jerry, Victor. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Kiitos, tää oli kyllä todella hyvän tullinen keskustelu. Tätä olisi voinut jatkaa tuntikausia. Mä tiedän, että jossain vaiheessa kameramies on silleen, että vittu mä tapaan teet molemmat. Niin. Joten nyt voidaan höpötellä, jos ei ole kiirettä, niin näitä on kyllä. Tämä on se syy.